not about me getting back in ring and having a second career. It's about me having closure with that career and closure with a lot of things in my past.
He's got some cardiovascular risk factors, including high blood pressure and high cholesterol. He's grossly overweight. He has broken bones in his hand. He's got multiple obstacles to overcome, wanting to achieve this enormous task of being a professional fighter. It's like a beginner wanting to climb Mount Everest. And as his physician, it makes me very nervous.
Growing up as a Jew in a Muslim country was kind of tough. You know, you're always looked at as the meat to pick on.
I think you have to understand David's past before you can understand why he's going on this journey right now.
I'm not very close to my three older brothers. Their way of communicating was to make fun of you. When you grow up around that, you have a lot of insecurities, and you can't really ever show any emotional side. As a 12-year-old, if I was angry, there was reasons. You guys never understood where that anger came from?
No, we understood that.
You did not know. Okay, then where did that anger come from?
Okay, whatever it's from.
When did you sit me down and talk to me and ask me, what's wrong? At the age of 11, I was raped by a stranger in Morocco. He took me to the very top and he pulled out a knife.
You cannot see me as your enemy.
As an 11-year-old kid, it's like, I should be able to tell my parents or my brother, somebody, you know.
I don't think he expected or had any reason to expect it to be as hard as it was.
I was picked on a lot, you know, I was forced to fight a lot, and I was never a fighter, you know. My father was a huge boxing fan. He used to always watch it. So one of the reasons why I wanted to get into boxing was to get a pat in the back from my father, and another reason was to learn how to fight and be able to defend myself. I have all the people that trained me. Eddie Tyler was, I would say, my trainer. He's the one that I had all the success with. I think God puts people in your life for a reason. And he was there, really, in a moment that I could have easily took a different turn in my life and end up in the wrong path. It was like two jokers teamed up together. I mean, nobody believed.
Well, there's a look at David Waknine, who looks to become the first fighter ever born in Casablanca, Morocco, to win the Golden Glove.
I had no confidence whatsoever. Every single fight, I can't believe I won. Now I get to the finals, and you're fighting in Madison Square Garden, and I remember looking at 15,000 people and knowing I was going to lose.
And the winner of the 165-pound novice class is, from the gold corner, Michael Addison.
In December of '93, I walked away from boxing. 4 years ago, we touched base, and he said they diagnosed me with cancer. You know, I think Eddie was everything that I was missing from my family, friends. I mean, he was, at that time in my life, he was God sent.
David started calling him, no matter where he was in the world. In the middle of the night, I would come down, and it was like he was dying. He couldn't breathe or anything. And I would talk to him, and then I say, well, you know, David's supposed to call you. He held on until he was able to see David. And after, in the hospital and talking with Dave and everything, it seemed like after a while he was ready to go.
By the cracks of his skin, I climbed.
He could hardly speak, and he grabbed my hand, and he said, "You're my friend."
I climbed the tree to see the world.
You know, there's certain people that step into your life if you're lucky and completely make you believe, or they leave like footprints in your heart. And Eddie was one of them. Me getting back in the ring for one last fight, Eddie's one of the biggest reasons for it. And I know I can't do it alone. I can't, or else I would have done it. So I knew I needed somebody that could help me mentally, and as well as physically. Getting all of them on board, and me fighting through, hopefully will get me to my goal. What I want to do is go back to my past, see where all this stems from, fix it, and not bury it, and get rid of it, so I can start a new chapter in my life.
For him to really find peace and get back in the ring, he's going to have to set aside the demons in his past.
Either he loses the weight and he gets in shape, or he doesn't, and what can happen in the ring actually wouldn't be a good thing. So the stakes are pretty high, and he's going to fight another pro.
We're going to the very inside layer of him, right to the place of knowing what is it in his very soul that is just demanding that he get back in the ring for this last ring. If David does this, he will be unstoppable in his life.